starts to get away. Greatest Honor. He's an easy winner in the Holy Bull. And here he comes now. Greatest Honor finding his best stride right when he needs to. And he's going to run down, drain the clock to win the Fountain of Youth.
Hello everybody, Mike Welsch coming to you from Churchill Downs. We are now 1 day away from opening day of the Churchill Downs meet and 8 days away from Kentucky Derby 2024. I'm here with the Daily Racing Form Kentucky Derby Workout Report brought to you by Spendthrift Farm, the home of Kentucky Derby winner and Horse of the Year Authentic, whose first crop of 2-year-olds will hit the track this year. Well, I call this Fierceness Friday. It's Fierceness, the potential, he will be the Kentucky Derby favorite, was the center of the attention this morning, and he certainly did not support his legion of fans and all those who were curious to get what was, for many people, their first look of Fierceness, who has been training up to this point down in Florida at Palm Beach Downs. I remember watching last week at Palm Beach Downs with trainer Todd Pletcher, watching Fierceness have his penultimate Derby work and thinking and maybe mentioning to Todd that a horse couldn't work much better than he did that day. Well, I was wrong, because I think he actually might have worked even better this morning. This was basically a maintenance move that turned into an eye-catching, terrific workout today. The final time does not indicate just how good he was. He won an easy half mile at 25:48.3. The track was very fast this morning. There were a lot other faster times, but certainly no better works than Fierceness. Get the gallop out is what impressed. He went 5/8 in a minute and 2/5, 6 furlongs in 12 and 2. Just kept on going down the backstretch. Johnny just sitting there, pulled up after 7 furlongs in 1:26. A colleague mentioned today, kind of reminded him of a horse called Always Dreaming, and what we saw from him about 6-7 years ago. I remember he worked terrific at Palm Beach Downs and then came up here, put a punctuation mark on his preparations for the Derby with a big move here, and then lo and behold gave Todd Pletcher his second Derby win. So Fierceness, thumbs up today. Thumbs up from everybody. Todd, Johnny, the whole crew, Mike Rapoli out here on hand as well. Fierceness was the one of 3 potential Derby starters to work today. The other 2 may not wind up in the race. One of those is Endlessly, who is qualified, who can get in the field if he wants. Trainer Michael McCarthy on the fence between running him in the Derby or the American Derby on turf. He's never run on dirt before. His dirt work here last week was pretty disappointing. It was not impressive at all. He was better today. Jockey Hugh Rispoli flew in to put him through his paces today, and you can see the difference. He went 24-1, 47-3 from the half, galloped out 1:03, edging clear from his workmate, pulled up 6 furlongs in 1:13-4. Like I said, a lot improved off of last week, but still I think Michael's on the fence with a big decision to make here. Obviously, he will be a major player in the American Derby and a long shot if he stays in the Kentucky Derby. Also, trainer Wayne Lucas, kind of a surprise to everybody, sent out Seize the Gray, who's way down on the AE list, will need help to get in. Sent him out to work this morning. I had him from the half in 47-3. He did switch back to his left lead coming to the wire. I never like to see that, but that just could be him. Do not see him train that often. And he eased up 5/8 over the very fast track in 59-4. Now, we had a slew of Oaks workers this morning, and it started real early. You had to get here, not even at the crack of dawn. You had to get here right when the track opened. It opens at 5:15. These 2 fillies were out there about 5:16 to start their works. It was Jin Jin and Tarifa. Tarifa broke 2 lengths back outside of Jin Jin. Quarter at the wire. I think the official work was 4.5 furlongs, a half a furlong past the wire, going 5/8. I took them from the half. I had Tarifa in 47-2, making up that 2 lengths to the wire, finishing in hand on even terms, Jin Jin in 47-4. And then Tarifa was the best of the team on the gallop out. Big numbers on the watch, 59-1, and eased up after 6 furlongs, about a half length in front in 1:11-2. And she's made a very good impression on me since I've been here. And she's going to be a big player in what is turning out to be what looks like a terrific Oaks this year. We've had any number of these fillies who has been working outstanding coming up to the race, and not the least of which is the one I'm going to mention next, and that Ways and Means. I think I've mentioned here throughout the week how I've liked what I saw from her in her preparations down at Payson Park, and she was eye-catching here today in her first local work. She won a half mile, 23-3, 46-1 to the wire. Had her head cocked in a little bit, but did it so easy, and then galloped out full of run, sort of in the same manner as Fierceness. I had her 58-4 for 5/8, and then 111-4 for 3/4. A little quick a week out before the race, but again, the way she did it so easily, she couldn't be doing any better, coming off that very unlucky trip when she finished second in the Gulfstream Park Oaks. Also for the Oaks today, Torpedo Anna went in company for trainer Ken McPeak. I had her in 59-2, finished in hand, better than her stablemate. Galloped out 12-4, pulled up in 26-2 for 7/8 of a mile. And Where's the Ring? Also, big one on the watch today, 23-3, 46-4 for a half mile. Was asked a little bit to finish. Galloped out in 59-3 and eased up 6 furlongs in 12-4. She might be flying a little bit under the radar coming into, like what I said, is a very, very good and competitive Oaks field. One last Oaks worker I had this morning was into Champagne. I took her from the half. I think she broke at the 5/8, but she worked in between all these others that were going. Hard to catch them all when they go at the same time. I had her 47-1, galloped out 1:04 before easing up around the turn. So that's a synopsis of what happened today. Also on the track today, Forever Young, I caught him coming down the stretch today. Wasn't real happy with what I saw from him this morning. He was switching leads, coming to the wire, and not really that full of energy this morning. He still has a big work coming up later in the week when his trainer arrives in town. So we're going to keep a watchful eye on Forever Young as we move forward. Now tomorrow, it's going to be mayhem out here from start to finish. It's going to start early at 5:15, and then between 7:30 and 7:45. You want to see 6 or 8 or maybe 10 Derby horses work, come out here for Dawn at the Downs tomorrow for that 15-minute session. There's going to be a lot of action, and we're going to be here to cover it for you. Everything tomorrow, moving forward as we get closer and closer to Derby and Oaks 24. Keep it right here. The best coverage at DRF.com.